This live stream brought to you by Richfield Life Ministries Church, with Sunday worship services at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. with a Sunday school hour starting at 9:15. And by Slate Media Solutions, offering services in live stream production, commercial video production, social media management, and commercial drone videography.
37.6, 16.4, 36.7, 17.8, 43.8, 15.4, 20.4, 22.1, 17 flat, 24 flat, 15.7, 23.2, 18.1, 28 flat, 16.8, 19.7, 39.8, 21.5, 17.7, 20.2, 41 flat, 16.7, 17.4, 27.4, 20.4, 17.3, 20.2, 18.2, 137 flat, 16.9, 28.1, Ginger Billy, 47 flat, 16.2, 16.7, 34.6 jumper, 45.1, 22 flat, 16.3, 16.8, 16 flat, 16.6, 32.7, 36.5, 19.8, 16.3, 15.9, 28 flat, 32.8, 19.7, 16.7, 21 flat, 15.6, 29.8, 32.8, 22.1, 16.8, 22.1, 16.6, 20.4, 21.7, 26.5, 21.3, 21.5, 15.8, 25.5, 20.6, 23.7, 35.1, 15.6, 18.1, 19.9, 23 flat, 20.5, 31.7, 24.3, 28.9, 20 flat. 18-4. 24.6. 16-9. 20.9. 21.6. 15-5. 51.5. Scott Lenig. 19-5. 35.4. 31.7. 19-1. 19-4. 23.6. 20 flat. 19-6. 23.6. 22.4. 57.4. 20.3. 20.5. 5-4. 16-9. 19-8. 24 flat. 19-6. 16-8. 22.5. 130.9. 18-8. 34.3. 16-6. 25.2. 17-4.
All right, racers,
flat.
please finish up your
19-5.
lap and be done. Please finish up your lap and be done.
17 flat. 17 flat. 20.4. 19 flat. 23.1. 18-8. 20.9. 18-9. 20.1. 21.5. 19-1. 21.5.
All right, racers, we're going to run through the program here tonight. Scott Lennig, I'm going to have to probably reprint for you, Scott. Because there's only one heat of stadium, so you know when that is. There's one heat of Mod SCT. You're going to know when that is. Stock is going to be I'll put you in race 2 for stock buggy, race 2 for stock buggy, and then race 4 for stock short course. So I'll do my best to give you a heads up too. So stock 2-wheel buggy, Owen, Justin, Jumper, Senzo, Brad, Jim, and Aaron, you'll be up first. Rooster, do you want to run the computer for me on this first race? And run the mic? You were signing up. I need somebody to help me out. Oh, Josh Tittle, you can help me out. Yeah, we do. What do you mean? No. Of course we do. What? The good Lord can handle you.
Up next, race number 1.
All right, I'm getting
Stock
these printed
2
out.
wheel drive buggy. Heat 1 of 3.
Yeah, that's fine. Just let me use it. All right, well, thanks for coming out tonight. We did get the carpet squares down so that you can see those are there. The heat sheets are up on the wall. And the way it works, if you are curious on how our marshaling works, this is for you. So on the heat sheet, your name will be there. Next to your name, you'll be like Racer 1, Racer 2, Racer 3, Racer 4. That race number is the order that you will stand in line. So if you're number 2, you'll wait number 2. If you're number 3, you'll wait number 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. Then at the end of the race, if you are racer number 4, you will go marshal spot number 4. So I'll go over the marshaling spots. Number 1 you can see is at the front right. Number 2 is at the back right. Number 3 is at the front left. Number 4 is underneath the cross. Number 5 is right here in front of the driver's stand. Number 6 is over here at the middle right side of the track. And number 7 is this bucket right here, kind of in the back middle of it all. So we just say thank you so much for coming out tonight. So grateful to Richfield Life Ministries Church allowing us to have this ministry here, to be able to love you guys and be able to have a fun time tonight. One of the things that we like to do to start our race night is open up in a word of prayer. So if you would just pause with me, we're going to pray, and then we'll get on with our evening. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for tonight and for each man, woman, boy, and girl that's here. And I thank you most of all for your Son, Jesus Christ, and his love for every single one of them and giving his life. And Lord, I'm thankful to be able to have these people as friends, be able to look forward to every Friday to hang out and have a good time. And I just pray tonight would be a special blessing. Thank you for those who have traveled. Keep them safe on the way home. Thank you for bringing them safely here. And thank you for Brenda and her team in the kitchen providing such awesome food. And I just pray tonight would be a great evening of racing, hanging out, and having a good time. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, my friends, we're going to get racing. Josh is on the computer.
let's get them started. We need Owen Spriggle, Justin Stacy, Jumper, Senzo, I'm not sure how you pronounce that lane, Brad, Justin, Jim Yost, and Aaron. You will be on the driver's stand. Mod Short Course. Matty Yoder on 1, Mason Schaefer on 2, Weston 3, Walrus 4, Francisco 5, Lightning 6, Ginger Billy 7.
Aaron.
Actually, I said that wrong. Francisco, Walrus 5, Francisco 6, Lightning 7, Ginger Billy, we'll put you on 4. Scott Lenig, if you could cover for Mason on 2, please. No laps, please.
Senzo Reyes.
No laps. Got my marshals in place. Sweet. Alright. Take a lap.
Justin Stacy. Brad Zeckman. Jim Yost.
Next time by, Luke will be hot. Oh, someone got it. Backstretch clear. At the 1 minute mark, we have Jumper out front. Senzo 2, Owen 3, Aaron 4, Justin 5, Jim 6, Brad 7. Aaron and Owen battling for that 3-4 spot. Aaron trying to take that number 2 spot. Jim and Justin battling for 5-6 right now. Right now, Jumper with the fast lap of a 15.597. As I said that, he makes a 15.525. So, Jumper, Senzo, Aaron, Owen, Justin, Brad, Jim. Sorry, now it's Justin, Jim, and Brad. Brad and Jim battling for that 6-7 spot right now. Brad taking it. Battle for that 2-3-4 spot right now. Jumper settling in. Jumper working on a 19.502. Senzo working on a 17.5 flat. Aaron 17.502. Owen 17.509. Justin 16.515. Just now working on a 15.504. Brad working on a 15.506. And Jim working on a 14.503. Brad moving up to that number 5 spot, pushing Justin back to 6. Aaron and Senzo still battling for that number 2-3 spot. Two and 3.
2 minutes left.
Are coming onto the backstretch there. So it's Jumper, Aaron, Senzo, Owen, Brad, Justin, and Jim with about a minute 40 to go. Senzo's trying to get that number 2 spot back from Aaron. Close battle there. About a little over a 1.5 second gap between them. We are at the 1 minute mark. So stock 2 will heat 2. We need you at the end of the driver's stand.
1 minute left.
So Steve Isaac, Peter Jackson, Matt Willard, Dan Myers, Gavin Yoder, Cooper Taylor, and Scott Lending. We need you at the end of the driver's stand. What kind of laugh was that? About 30 seconds to go. Still jumper Aaron, Senzo, Owen, Brad, Justin, and Jim. Jim and Justin battling for that 6-7 spot now. Aaron and Senzo still battling for that 2-3 spot. Oh no, something happened to Jumper. So it's now Senzo, Aaron, Owen, Jumper, Brad, Justin, and Jim. As the time expires, keep going till your name is called. Everybody's still on the clock yet.
Jim Yost done.
Jim,
Owen
you're
Spriggle
done.
done.
Owen, you're done.
Senzo Reyes done.
Senzo,
Justin
you were
Stacy
done.
done. Brad Zeckman
Justin,
done.
you're done. Brad, you're done. Just looking for Aaron yet.
All drivers are
There he
finished.
is. So
AA
the
Ron
final
done.
order was Aaron, Senzo, Owen, Jumper, Brad, Justin, and Jim. Sorry.
Jumper done.
So something happened to his transponder. That's right. Yeah, there's a red line. Is that what happened? He missed.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 2. Stock 2, wheel drive buggy. Heat 2 of 3.
Jumper, I already got you on 3. Aaron, I got you on bucket 7. Chenzo 4. Owen 1. Brad bucket 5. Justin on 2. And Jim Yost on bucket 6. Cool.
Isaac
Got 'em.
Niemond.
Take a lap. Spread yourself out.
Matt Williard. Pete Jackson.
Next time
Steve
by,
Walter.
loop will be
Dan
hot.
Myers. Scott Lenig.
Oh, little help, little help. Watch yourself. Back stretch. Watch the back stretch. It's all clear. Yeah, if you can, guys, call out your X. Watch the front stretch. Watch yourself, Jumper. Little help there on the tabletop. Got it, clear. As we come up to the 1 minute mark, here's the shakedown. We got Matt Willard 1, Gavin Yoder 2, Dan Myers 3, Cooper Taylor 4, Isaac Neiman 5, Scott Lennox 6, Peter Jackson 7, Steve Walter 8. Gavin and Matt battling for that 1-2 spot. Dan, Cooper, and Isaac battling for 3, 4, and 5. I think it's orange, white, and blue. I believe that's your number 2. When I see it, I'll point out to your leader. Is it black flame with white? He's on the backstretch. That is your leader. I believe that is your leader. Coming over the middle tabletop there. If you see him coming, he's on the backstretch. That is your leader. Make room for him. Gavin Yoder now passing that start-finish line on number 2. Isaac number 3. Dan 4. Cooper 5. Scott 6. Peter 7. Steve 8. With 2.5 in, 2.5 to go. Matt Willard setting a 15.549 fast lap right now. He's working on a 19.507 pace. Gavin working on a 19.510. Isaac 17.514. Dan's working on a 17.514 also. Actually, now Isaac's working on a 17.514. Dan's now working on a 17.517. Scott working on a 16.506. Cooper working on a 16.506 as well. Peter working on a 14.511. Steve working on a 12 lap 514. Gavin now taking that number 1 spot, pushing Matt to number 2 with about a minute 50 to go. We'll see how that shakes down. They're about 2 seconds behind each other. So Matt still is about 2 seconds behind Gavin. And then watch the battle for Scott, Dan, and Cooper for that 4, 5, and 6 spot. With about a minute 30 to go now. Still Gavin, Matt, Isaac, Scott, Dan, Cooper, Peter, and Steve.
One minute left.
You heard him, 1 minute left. So stock heat 3, stock 2 buggy heat 3. Jason Moyer, Nick Cummings, Gavin Nipple, Freddie Burkhardt, Jeff Boder, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names, Max Perkins, Derek Yost, and Xander Neiman. We need you at the end of the driver's stand. You'll be up in about 30 seconds. So have your cars ready and be ready to get on the driver's stand. As for this race, we still have Matt Willard out front, Gavin Yoder 2, Isaac 3, Scott 4, Dan 5, Cooper 6, Peter 7, and Steve 8 with about 20 seconds to go. Gavin and Matt still a little help in the front there. Corner, corner, corner. Good hustle, marshals. Nothing. You weren't facing that way. That's why I was pointing. I was like, you didn't see it. Everybody keep going
Cooper
until
Taylor
your
done.
name is called.
Isaac Neiman done.
You are all still live until I call your name. Isaac Neiman and Cooper Taylor, you are done.
Gavin Yoder done.
Gavin, you're done.
Dan Myers done.
Dan is done.
Matt Williard done.
Matt, you're done.
Steve Walter done.
Matt taking that number 1 spot. Still looking for Scott.
Pete Jackson
Peter.
done.
There's Peter.
All drivers are finished.
So the
Scott
final
Lennox
order was
done.
Matt, Gavin, Scott, Isaac, Cooper, Dan, Peter, and Steve.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 3. Stock 2, wheel drive buggy. Heat 3 of 3.
Matt, yeah, Matt. I can be, I think. I don't know. I think my battery's. Okay, if you want to, go ahead. I'm gonna turn.
Alright, we need Steve at the 1, Pete at the 3, Dan at the 5, Cooper at the 7, Isaac at the 2, Matt at the 4, and Gavin at the 6. Looks like we got everybody. Alright, drivers, go ahead and take a lap.
Gavin Nipple. Xander Niemond. Nick Cummings. Derek Yost. Jeff Bottiger. Freddie Burkhart. Max Perkins.
Alright, it'll be on Gavin. Put the body on the car in the middle. Body on the car in the middle. Yep.
Transponder 341461. Jason Mowry.
Alright, we're about a minute in. We got Gavin out front with a 15.5 fast lap already. That's quick. Now we got Derek well, it looks like 2, 3, and 4. Basically, everybody below Gavin are fighting for position right now. They're all within a couple tenths of each other. But the current order will be Nick, then Jason, then Xander, then Derek, then Jeff. After that, it'll be Max, then Freddie. Right now, Gavin is on a TQ pace right now. He is running a 9.5.13.8. If he keeps this pace up, he'll beat the TQ. He lays down a fast lap of a 15.4. Right now, Gavin's the only one on a TQ pace. Jason's in the 2 with an 18.5.10. Nick's in the 3 with an 18.5.10 as well. Those two are a couple tenths apart. With Xander in the 4, he's running the 18.5.11. Those three right there are all really close with each other. Hey, drivers, put the, yep.
Two minutes left.
A little over halfway. Gavin right now with beating the fast lap again, taking it down another tenth, 15.53. Really fast, really fast. He's beating the TQ pace right now by 4 seconds. It's a 19.509. It looks like he had a bad lap that round and his pace went down to 19.513. Still beating the TQ pace just by a tenth. But he is still on that TQ pace. He is your all-orange white wheel car for less fluorescent orange. That is your TQ pace driver right now. Then we got Nick in the 2, Derek in the 3, Jason in the 4, and Xander in the 5. Those 4 drivers are still fighting for position. They're all right next to each other. They are all around like an 18 lap, 18.5, 12 lap pace for those 4 drivers. And then after that, we have Jeff in the 6, Max in the 7, and Freddie in the 8. Watch the front, watch the front. Clear. Drivers, when I call your name, you are done. When I call your name, you are done.
Xander Niemann done.
Xander.
Gavin Nickel done.
Gavin finishing with a 19.510.
Max Perkins
TQ
done.
Pace. Max is done.
Jeff Bottiger done.
Jeff is done, just waiting on Freddie and Jason.
Jason Mowry done.
Jason and Freddie,
all drivers
there they
are finished.
That's a race.
Freddie
Final order
Burkhart
was
done.
Gavin, Jason, Xander, Nick, Jeff, Derek, Max, and Freddie.
The race is completed.
Next up, race number 4, first heat of two-wheel drive short course.
Up next, race number 4. Stock 2 WDSCT Heat 1 of 2.
Need George, Francesco, Lightning, Jim, Maddie, Nehemiah, and Scott. Drivers from our last race, we need you out the Marshall, and it looks like we got Jason Mowry at the 1, Nick at the 2, Gavin at the 3, Freddie at the 4, Jeff at the 5, Max at the 6, and Derek at the 7.
George Santa. Francesco Vergolini. Jim Yost. Lighting McCrash. Matty Yoder.
Looks like we got all our drivers out there. Looks like we got all our marshals out there. All right, drivers, go ahead, take a lap. Be aware of the red and white truck. Something is wrong.
Scott Lenig.
We'll give Francesco a minute or two. You done, Francesco? Francesco, you racing this one? Guess not. Francesco, can I start it? Okay. Go ahead, drivers, on the turn. By the way, Scott, you're on the clock. So is the Lightning. Everybody that crossed the line, you were live.
I think this is it though. I'm good. 'Cause it's Scott, Jim, Lightning, Maddie, and George. Francesco and Nehemiah not making it. Scott making a 16.502. Jim working on a 16.518. Lightning working on a 15.506. Maddie working on a 14.501. George working on a 13.512. Maddie now working on a 15.519. With about we'll say 2:15 to go, 2:15 go. Scott, Jim, Lightning, Maddie, George.
Two minutes left.
You heard her, 2 minutes. Scott, Jim, Lightning, Maddie, George. So we need Speedy, Mason, Brad, Ginger, Walrus, Dakota, and Weston. Will be the short course heat 2. Okay. Heat 2. Stop. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Still Scott, Jim, Lightning, Maddie, George.
1 minute left.
Seconds, guys. 5 seconds. Still Scott, Jim, Lightning, Maddie, George.
Lighting McCrash done.
Lightning, you are done.
Scott Lennick done.
Scott, you are done. Keep going until your name is called. We're still looking for Jim, Maddie, and George.
George Santa done.
There's George. believe that's
Maddie
Maddie.
Yoder done.
And Jim. Still waiting for Jim. Jim Yost, you're still live.
All drivers are finished. Jim Yost done.
Final order: Scott, Jim, Lightning, Maddie, and George.
The race is completed.
I think so. I'll see what I can do. I guess it's that part. Yes, you can jump in. I'm gonna have to figure out how to void this so it's gonna count you. But I'm not worried about that. Wait, jump in this one, yeah.
Up next, race number 5. Stock 2 WDSCT Heat 2 of 2.
This live stream brought to you by Richfield Life Ministries Church, with Sunday worship
Novice.
services at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. with a Sunday school hour starting at 9:15.
Weston Hoffman Men.
And by Slate Media Solutions,
Jim.
offering services in live stream production, commercial video production, social media management, and commercial drone videography.
5, George Santa 1, Nehemiah 6, and I need a volunteer on 2. You're fine. I still have something else to figure out. Lighting? 3. Aaron, if you can come over here, I need your assistance for something.
Francesco Vergolini.
Well, they're waiting on. They were doing something with. I guess. Mason, are you out there? Yeah, my car's out there. That's Speedy. Oh, that's Speedy. Okay. Got it.
Speedy.
All right, Marshall's in place. Take a lap. Loop's gonna be hot. Loop is hot. Up in the middle, help in the middle. Job, Marshals. 1 minute in, 1 minute in, we got the Walrus out front, followed by Weston, Gingerbilly, Francesco, Mason, Dakota, Brad, and Speedy. Walrus and Weston battling for that 1-2 spot. Gingerbilly, Francesco, and Mason battling for the 3, 4, 5 right now. Speedy and Brad battling for that 7, 8 spot. In the middle. So it's now West out front, followed by Gingerbelly, Walrus, Mason, Francesco, Dakota, Brad, and Speedy. We're 2 minutes in. West setting a fast lap of a 17.166. Weston working on a 17.513. Gingerbilly 16.502. Walrus 16.505. Mason 16.511. Francisco 15.511. Dakota 14.512. Brad 14.521. And Speedy working on a 12 lap 5.13. Mason and Walrus now battling for that 3, 4 spot. I think Weston's getting a little comfortable out front. One, 2, 3, and 4 are all in the same lap.
Two minutes left.
Race 8. And if you want to take over, you can, but...
Minute left, drivers. We got Weston out front with a 16.7 fast lap. Nobody's touching it.
1 minute
Short course.
left.
Nobody. Guarantee it. Ginger's in the 2, Walrus in the 3, Mason in the 4. Those two are battling right now. Francesco in the 5. Walrus comes out on top, breaking away from Mason for the 3rd and 4th spot. Then Francesco's in the 5, Dakota's in the 6, Brad's in the 7, and Speedy's in the 8. Right now, Scott Lenning has TQ for short course, and it looks like Weston is beating it. So, Weston's on TQ pace of a 17.505, and he is the only driver on a 17 lap pace currently. Up next is 13.5 Stadium Truck. 13.5 Stadium Truck. We need Cooper, Jason, Aaron, Pete, Rooster, Derek, Chenzo, Justin, and Scott. You guys are up next. And drivers, when I call your name, you're done. When I call your name, you are done.
Gingerbilly done. Speedy done.
Ginger,
Francesco
Speedy,
Vergolini done.
Francesco,
Dakota Fuller done.
Dakota,
Weston Hoffman Man done.
Brad
Walrus
Zeckman
done.
just waiting on
Walrus
Mason.
done. All drivers are finished.
There he is. All
Whip it
drivers
done.
are done. Final order was Weston, Ginger, Walrus, Mason, Francesco, Dakota, Brad, and Speedy, with Weston taking TQ of a 17.503.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 6. 13.5 Stadium Truck. Heat 1 of 1.
Racers from
Taylor.
the last race, we will need you out to Marshall, and we need
Rooster.
Speedy at the 1, Mason at the 2, Brad at the 3, Ginger at the 4,
Senzo
Wallace
Reyes.
at the 5, Dakota at the 6,
Derek Yost.
and Weston at the 7.
Pete Jackson. Justin Stacy.
One.
Scott Lenig.
Ginger. 4. Yep. You got the 2 there, Mallory? Mason, do you have someone for you for number 2? It's right there, number 2. Alright, looks like we got our marshals. Go ahead, take a lap. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go live. About a minute in, we got Chenzo out front, Rooster in the 2, Derek in the 3, Cooper in the 4, Scott in the 5, Justin in the 6, Pete in the 7. Alright, 2 minutes in, we got Derek, Chenzo, Scott, Rooster, Pete, Justin. It looks like Cooper broke. Right now, Derek's out front. He has a little bit of space from second. Never mind, made a mistake. Derek and top 3, Derek, Chenzo, Rooster. Rooster making a little bobble. Yeah, that's gonna set him back. No, it's only Derek and Chenzo. Those 2 are running close. They're a couple seconds apart right now. Looks like it's Derek out top now with a 17.510 and Chenzo with a 17.510 as well. 3/10 apart. Chenzo has a fast lap though of a 17 flat. Scott's in the 3 running a 17.1. But right now Derek and Chenzo are the only ones in the 17 lap pace. Looks like Chenzo's in the top spot now. Derek's in the 2, Scott's in the 3, Rooster in the 4, Pete in the 5, and Justin in the 6.
2 minutes left.
little less than a minute 30 to go. We got Chenzo out front on a 17.505. Derek in the 2 on a 17.513. Scott in the 3 on the 17.516. Rooster in the 4 on the 17.5 flat. I mean a 15.5 flat. My fault. Pete in the 5 right now at the 14.504. Justin in the 6 with a 13.508. Scott
1
Lenning
minute
right
left.
now laying down a fast lap that looks like nobody's going to touch with a 16.7. That's a heater lap. Drivers, when I call
Derek
your name,
Yost
you're
done.
done. Derek, you're done. Caught at the line.
Rooster done.
Rooster.
Senzo Reyes done.
Chenzo. Waiting on Justin, Pete, and Scott.
Pete Jackson done.
There's Pete,
Justin Stacy
and
done.
Scott. That's a race.
All drivers
Final
are
order was
finished.
Chenzo, Scott,
Scott Lennick
Derek,
done.
Rooster. Chenzo taking the TQ of a 17.504 for stadium truck.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 7. Novice. Heat 1 of 1.
As you're at the computer, Novice is up next. We need Ransom, Nolan,
Ransom
Maggie,
Nahud.
and Gavin out the
Gavin
race.
Ocker.
And
Nolan
then the
Messimer.
Marshall. We need
Maggie
your
Perkins.
racers in the last race out the Marshall. We need Cooper at the 1. Cooper at the 1. Pete at the 2. Aaron, the mic battery's dead. It's dying. Keeps dying on me. Drivers from the last race, we need you at the Marshall. We need, looks like we got Scott. Scott, go ahead, take the 5, will ya? Take. We need, can Justin take 7? Where's Justin at? Justin here, can you take the 7 and then we'll get this rolling real quick. Drivers, roll them. Starter right now. All right, about a minute in, we got Gavin out front, Nolan in 2, Ransom in 3, and Maggie in the 4. A little under 2 minutes in, we still got Gavin out front. Looks like he's keeping a solid lead, right? And he has a fast lap of a 22 flat. Nolan in the 2. He's running his fast lap is a 28.6. Maggie in the 3, her fast lap is a 28.4. And then Ransom in the last spot, he is running a fast lap of 13.2.
Two minutes left.
You heard the computer, 2 minutes left. Gavin's still out front, Nolan in the 2, Maggie in the 3, and Ransom in the 4. Looks like Maggie and Ransom are battling for 3rd and 4th right now, going back to back.
One minute left.
Minute left, drivers. Nolan takes the spot from Gavin. Gavin looks like he's having body issues currently. Oh, he's back in the track. He might be able to get that spot back. So it goes Nolan, Gavin, Maggie, and Ransom. Gavin having another issue. He might finish in the 2nd spot. Drivers, when I call your name, you're done.
Ransom the Hood done.
Ransom, you're done. Gavin, you're done.
Gavin Ocker done.
Just waiting on Nolan and Maggie. Here comes Maggie. Maggie's done.
Nolan Messimer
And
done.
Nolan's done. That's a race, drivers.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 8. Novice 18 plus. Heat 1 of 1.
We're gonna need all the marshals from the last race out to marshal, and then we will need some volunteers. We'll need some volunteer marshals for this race. Cooper, take the 5. Take a lap.
Dakota Fuller. Steve Walter. Josh Tittle. Brian Alford. Kurt Yoder. Kenzie Hostler. Greg Perkins.
All right, we are gonna go live on Steve. A little under a minute in, we got Steve out front with Brian right on his tail. We got Greg in the 3, Dakota in the 4, Kenzie in the 5. No, Kenzie moves up to the 4, Dakota goes down to the 5, Josh in the 6, and Kurt's in the 7. Steve out front on a 14.520 pace right now with a 21.1 fast lap. Looks like Greg moves up to the 2 now. Brian down to the 3, and Greg is catching up to first place right now. Big change of order here. Looks like 2, 3, 4. Everybody below Steve right now are really close. They're all with a couple of tenths of each other. Everybody's in a couple of tenths of each other. It looks like Dakota's in the 2, Kenzie's in the 3, Greg's in the 4, Brian's in the 5, and Kurt's in the 6. They're all running real close. Dakota takes a fast lap from Steve right now with a 19.9. That's really Steve takes it back with a 19.1. Those two are going back to back for the fast laps. Hey, in the middle.
Two minutes left.
You heard the computer. Big change in order again. Greg's out front now. Steve's in the 2, Kenzie's in the 3, and Dakota in the 4. Top 4 are battling for that top spot. Top 5 are battling for that top spot now. Steve takes back the top spot. No, Kenzie takes it back. Kenzie's in the 1, Steve's in the 2, Brian's in the 3, Dakota's in the 4, and Greg's in the 5. Steve, though, still has the fast lap of a 19.1. Mackenzie's running a 13.515 pace right now. Steve takes it back now. Steve's in the 1, Kenzie's in the 2, Dakota in the 3. Those 3 are all within a couple seconds of each other right now. They're all running really close. Brian wants a little piece of that action. He gets back real close, catching up to Dakota now. So right now the order, Kenzie takes back the top spot from Steve. Kenzie's in the 1, Steve's in the 2, Dakota's in the 3, Brian's in the 4, Greg's in the 5, and Kurt's in the 6. That's your leader right there. She wrecked. Looks like Steve's going to take back that spot. Dakota takes it. So Dakota's now in the 1. Kenzie's in the 2. Brian's in the 3. Steve's in the 4. Greg's in the 5. Kurt's in the 6. All right, drivers, when I call your name, you're done. When I call your name, you're done.
Kenzie Hostler done.
Kenzie's done.
Steve Walter done.
Steve's
Dakota
done.
Fuller
Dakota's done.
Brian Alford done.
Brian's done. Just waiting on Greg, and here he comes.
All drivers are finished.
There he is.
Greg
All right,
Perkins
final
done.
order was Dakota, Brian, Kenzie, Greg, Steve, Kurt, and then Josh.
The race is completed. Up next,
up is
race number 9.
Drive, stock
Stock 4,
drive.
wheel drive
Lead
buggy.
Derek, Aaron, Isaac,
Heat 1
and
of 1.
Jason. We'll need marshals from the last race. We need Steve at the 1, Josh at the 2, Brian at the 3, Dakota at the 4, Kenzie at the 5, Greg at the 6, and Kurt at the 7. Literally everybody from the last race. Nobody's escaping it. Everybody from the last race, go find the bucket. I don't care. Just get out in one. Seven would be Kurt Yoder. All right, go ahead, take a lap.
Isaac Niemond. Aaron. Jason Mowry.
Looks like we're going live on Derek. Never mind.
Transponder
We're going live on Aaron. That's my fault,
87147885.
Derek. My fault. You're not on the clock, Derek. You're not on the clock.
Transponder 87147885. Derek Yost.
All right, a minute 30 in, I would say, and we got Isaac out front, Derek in the 2, Jason in the 3, and then Aaron in the 4. Isaac has the fast lap right now of a 15.6. Almost on par of the two-wheel drive stock buggy fast laps. Isaac running an 18.504 lap pace. Everybody else is on a 17 or 16 right now. Looks like Derek and Jason are battling for the 2 and 3 right now. They're both on 17 lap paces. Isaac, did you miss a lap?
Two minutes left.
Little under minute 30 to go. We got Isaac out front with an 18.508 fast pace. Jason in the 2 with a 17.505. Aaron in the 3 with a 17.513. Derek in the 4 with the 17.514. Looks like 2, 3, and 4 are all battling for position, all with a couple of seconds of each other.
1 minute left.
Drivers, when I call your name, you're done. When I call your name, you are done.
Isaac Niemann done.
Isaac.
Jason Mowry done.
Jason.
Aaron done.
Aaron, just waiting on Derek. Derek still has a lap. Derek, you still are a lap. You are alive.
All
There it
drivers
is.
are finished.
Final order was Isaac,
Derek Yost
Jason,
done.
Aaron, and Derek. Isaac finishing with an 18.503.
The race is completed.
We'll need volunteers for the next race, drivers. Volunteers for the next race.
Up next, race number 10. Mod 2, wheel drive buggy. Heat 1 of 1.
We need Derek at the 1, Aaron at the 2, Isaac at the 3, and Jason at the 4 for the drivers from the last race. need volunteer marshals drivers, volunteer marshals.
Xander Niemand. Jeff Bottiger. Gavin Yoder.
All right, go ahead, roll them, drivers.
Matt Williard. Nick Cummings.
We'll go live on Gavin Yoder. Little under a minute in, we got Gavin out front, Matt in the 2, Nick in the 3, Xander in the 4, Jeff in the 5. Gavin right now with the fast lap of the race with a 15.9. Wade also ran a 15.9, but they are a hundredth apart, And we got Nick in the 3 with a 17.0 fast lap, Xander with an 18.3, and Jeff with an 18.1. Gavin is on a 19.508 pace right now, and Williard's only 2 seconds off with a 19.510. .20 seconds from halfway. Matt takes a spot over Gavin. Gavin must have had a bobble or something. So Matt's up top with a new fast lap of 15.7. Gavin's in the 2. He has a fast lap of 15.8, only a 10th off. Gavin takes a top spot from Matt. So it goes Gavin, Matt. Now Xander's up in the 3. Nick's down to the 4 and Jeff's in the 5. Looks like Nick's catching up to Xander. They're battling for the 3rd and 4th spot.
Two minutes left.
Minute left. Gavin still has the top spot. Matt's still in the 2. Those guys shaved down their pace about
1 minute left.
two, maybe 3 seconds from the last time I checked in. And Gavin has a fast lap from Willard now with a 15.6. Blazing fast. Xander's in the 3, separating from Nick. Those guys are on a, looks like Xander's on an 18.517. Nick's in a 17.514, and then Jeff is on a 16.518. Drivers, when I call your name, you're done. When I call your name, you're done.
Xander Niemann
Gavin.
done. Gavin Yoder done.
Matt's done.
Matt
Looks like
Williard
Matt
done.
took the top spot over Gavin. Xander, you're done. Matt took the top spot over Gavin, so that ball goes Matt and Gavin, Xander,
Nick Cummings
Nick,
done.
and just waiting on Jeff. There he is.
All
Final
drivers
order
are
was
finished.
Matt, Gavin,
Jeff
Xander,
Bodiger
Nick,
done.
and Jeff. Next up, Mod
The
Show
race is
course.
completed.
We will need everybody from the last race to marshal, and then
Up
one
next,
or two volunteers.
race number 11.
We will
Mod
need one or
SCT
two
Heat 1 of 1.
volunteers for this race.
Walrus. Whippet.
We need Matt
Francesco
on the 1,
Virgolini.
Jeff on the 2, Gavin on the 3, Xander on the 4, Nick
Scott
on the
Lennick.
5, and then one or two volunteers.
Ginger Billy. Lighting McCrash.
You're on the 1, Matt. Is everybody out? Oh, that's fine. You can just, you're good. All right, drivers, go ahead, roll.
Weston Hoffman Man. Matty Yoder.
We'll go live on Ginger. Drivers in the front. Clear. Little under a minute. We got Weston out front, Walrus in the 2, Scott in the 3, Ginger in the 4, Francesco in the 5, Mason on the 6, Lightning on the 7, and Matty on the 8. This whole race right now is really close, so I won't be able to tell who's out about top until we get a couple more minutes in. All I do know is Mason has the fast lap of a race of a 17.4, and Walrus takes it right back with a 17.2. Looks like everybody's starting to separate now. Weston and Wallace right now are getting away from the pack. Ginger is just the middleman between the top pack and the back pack. And then we got Mason in the 4, and Scott in the 5, Lightning in the 6, Francesco in the 7, and Matty in the 8. Wallace takes the top spot from Weston, and he's sitting up top with a little bit of space. Weston's in the 2 now, fighting with Ginger for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Scott's in the 4th, fighting with Mason for the 4th and 5th. And Francesco wants to join that battle. So it's 4th, 5th, and 6th battling. And then we got Lightning in the 7, fighting with Maddie for the 7th and 8th spot. Walrus right now is running a 17.503 pace. Everybody else is 10 seconds or more off. Weston now running a 17.2. Keeps running those, he'll catch up the Walrus in no time. Walrus having a bad lap. Now that puts Weston in the top spot. And then Weston lays down a 16.6. That is blazing for a short course right now. He is flying out there. That is your blue and white, light blue and white with yellow wheels. That is your leader right now. He is flying out there. Order right now is
2 minutes
Weston,
left.
Walrus, Ginger, Scott, Mason, Francesco, Lightning, and Maddie. Little over a minute to go. We got Weston, Walrus, Scott moving up. Scott and Ginger are battling for the 3rd and 4th spot right now. Then we got Mason in the 5, Francesco in the 6, Lightning in the 7, Maddie in the 8.
One minute left.
Drivers, when I call your name, you are done. When I call your name, you are done.
Ginger Billy done.
Ginger,
Maddie Yoder done.
Maddie,
Lighting
Lightning,
McCrash done. Walrus done.
Walrus,
Weston Hoffman man done.
Weston,
Francesco Vergolini done.
Francesco waiting on Mason and Scott.
Whippet
Mason
done.
and Scott. There's Mason just waiting on Scott. There's one more car live drivers. There he comes.
All drivers
There's
are finished.
Scott. That's a race
Scott
drivers.
Lennick done.
That was final order was Weston, Walrus, Scott, Ginger, Mason, Francesco, Lightning, then Maddie.
The race is completed.
That is the end of Qual Run, and we will be moving on to Qual 2 here shortly. I will need an Aaron Benner at this time. I will need an Aaron Benner at this time. Aaron Benner is not to be found. Hey, Josh, you want to come and help me real quick? That sounds great.
This live stream brought to you by Richfield Life Ministries Church, with Sunday worship services at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. with a Sunday school hour starting at 9:15. And by Slate Media Solutions, offering services in live stream production, commercial video production, social media management, and commercial drone videography.
Up next, race number 1. Stock 2, wheel drive buggy. Heat 1 of 3. Pete Jackson. Jim Yost. Jim Yost.
We'll give you just a couple more minutes here, and then we're going to get into the round. We'll give you another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes of practice. If your name is Derek, Justin, Max, Jim, Pete, Steve, or Freddie, you are going to be in race 1, round 2. You're going to be up first in this round. Derek Yost, Justin Stacy, Max Perkins, Jim Yost, Pete Jackson, Steve Walter, Freddie Burkhart. You will be up first. We're going to go racing here in about 5 minutes. Don't forget to hit up the kitchen. Got some great food in there tonight.
Xander Niemand. George Santa. Okay. 17-1. $25.2. 16-6. $29.4. 26.4. 15.8. Nehemiah Hood. Walrus. 23.4. 18.3. 23 flat. 'Nick Cummings. 26.3. 31.9. 35.3. 19.5. 19.7. 28.8. 21.6. 36 flat. 21.5. 31.1. 21 flat. 21.6. 26.7. 20.1. 27.1. 23.3. 19.8. 19.7. 21 flat.
All right, racers,
20.8.
practice is shutting down. We're at our, I need Derek, Justin, Max, Jim, Pete, Steve, and Freddie. And I need for my marshals, Weston to 1, Wally to 2, Scott to 3, Ginger to 4, Maddie to 5, Francesco to 6, and Lightning to 7, please. Weston to 1, Wally to 2, Scott to 3, Ginger to 4, Maddie to 5, Francesco to 6, and Lightning to 7, please. Please pull there, Max. Thanks, buddy. All right. Drivers, you can come on the driver's stand. Come on up to the driver's stand, drivers. There you go. It's a good plan. Scott, are you able to cover 3 or are you busy? Can someone cover 3? Owen, right up here. There, you're good. Yep. All right, racers, go ahead and roll them. Go ahead and roll them. Get yourselves spread out. Give some room. You got a heat race on there, you?
Derek Yost, Justin Stacy, Max Perkins, Steve Walter, Freddie Burkhart, Pete Jackson.
Be on your ready, marshals, please. Be on your ready. We're going to go live on you, Derek. Loop is hot. Loop is hot, Derek. You're in, Derek. You're in. All right, I got everyone checked in. I'll give you a minute to shake this down. We got Derek, Jim, Justin, Max, Pete, Freddie, and Steve. Derek's in that all blue buggy, so if he comes up on you hard, please give him a respectful inch. He's trying to get up out into the next heat. Bumping up. Derek, Justin, Jim, Max, Pete, Freddie, and Steve. Up next is race number 2. Race number 2, you are up next. 17.5 stock buggy. Scott, Owen, Nick, Isaac, Cooper, Dan, Brad, and Jeff. You are up next. Derek's fast lap a 16.6. Nice lap, Derek. Justin's fast lap an 18.2. Jim's fast lap an 18.2. Max an 18.9, Pete an 18.9, Freddie a 21.6, and Steve a 20 flat. In front of the driver's stand goes Jim Yost. Nice looking paint scheme, Jim. Oh, help him out. There, whoa, nice. That was a hometown bounce, we'll call it. Scott, you can go. I can call a race and marshal this corner. That way you can be ready to go. Yep. All right, drivers, keep it going. This is a heat race. Remember, you're racing the clock, not each other. It's Derek, Justin, Jim, Max, Pete, Steve, Freddie. I know Derek's got that blue ride. Here comes Jim in that nice gray and yellow ride across the small tabletop. There goes Pete across the line. I got you.
2 minutes
I got
left.
You. Freddie in the all yellow. Need help in the middle? Help in the middle. Thank you, Maddie. I know Steve's in the all red ride. Max in the black ride. Max now up into that number 2 spot. There goes Pete across the line. Derek's still holding down that spot. Derek pumping up 11 spots overall this run. He's sitting 6th overall, so that would seed him right now in the A main. Derek getting up into that 6th spot. Derek coming on the backstretch now on the right-hand side of the track. Now through the center section, up over the long tabletop he goes. Now across the start-finish line to the small double. Into the small tabletop. Coming up on the backside of Pete. Thank you, Pete. Pete in a sharp-looking paint job with that purple and orange job. I like that a lot. Oh, a little cross. Jim, I think that was Jim and Justin, almost like doing an X in the air. That was pretty cool. Here they come on this back start finish. Back stretch. It's Derek, Jim, Justin, Max, Pete, Steve, and Freddie. Jim improving 2 spots overall as well in this heat.
Justin Stacy done. Jim Yost done. Steve Walter done. Max Perkins done. Derek Yost done.
All right, just looking for Pete and Freddie. There goes Pete.
Pete Jackson done.
And Freddie's coming. And that's a
All
wrap,
drivers
racers.
are finished. Freddie Burkhart done.
All right, drivers
The race
that are
is
leaving
completed.
the stand, you know the drill. Take your car, put it down, come back out to Marshall.
Up next, race number 2. Stock 2, wheel drive buggy. Heat 2 of 3.
Hold tight, drivers on the stand, please. Waiting on my marshals. Let's get Derek to 1, Justin to 2, Max to 3, Jim to 4, Pete to 5, Steve to 6, Freddie to 7, please. Derek, please make your way to marshalling spot 1, Justin 2, Max 3, Jim 4, Pete 5, Steve 6, Freddie 7. Josh Tittle, I'll need you when you're able to recall this next race for me. All right, drivers. Got our marshals in position. Go ahead and roll them, drivers. Roll them.
Jeff Bottiger. Cooper Taylor. Nick Cummings. Isaac Niemond. Owen Spriggle. Dan Myers. Brad Zeckman. Scott Lenig.
No one's on the clock. No one is on the clock. It's going to be live on Bottinger. Here we go, Jeff. Live on you, buddy. Go get him. Nick, you're on. Jeff, you're on. Coop, you're on. Owen, you're on. Isaac, you're in. Brad, you're in. Scott, you're in. Dan, you're in. Everyone's checked in. You are now officially on the clock, drivers. If you got faster people coming up on you, drivers, remember, it's a heat race. You want to be respectful. When you battle each other in a heat race, you cost valuable time. Isaac laying down the fast lap on that first time through. Isaac in the gray buggy with yellow wheels. Over the long tabletop he goes. Gonna give this a minute to shake down. There is close battles all over the track here. It's Isaac, Owen, Nick, Jeff, Scott, Brad, Dan, Cooper. Now Owen on the top spot. Nick, Jeff, Isaac, Scott, Dan, Brad, Cooper. That's your order. Nick Cummins making a move so far. He's in that all yellow buggy. If you see him, give him a respectful inch. He has moved up 6 places overall. 6 places overall. Right now he's sitting in an A main sort. That all yellow buggy. Owen Spriggle in the orange ride. He's your number 2, moving up 7 spots as well. Now Isaac moving up 7 spots into the 6th overall spot. It's Nick, Isaac, Owen, Jeff, Scott, Dan, Cooper, and Brad. Three minutes on the master clock remaining. 3 minutes remaining. It's Owen, Now Nick on that top spot. Nick moving up 7 spots overall, 5th in the A-main sort. Owen moving up 5 spots overall, 6th in the A-main sort. Isaac moving up 6 spots, 7th in the A-main sort. As he sits right now, the top 3 drivers in this heat are eyeing the A-main sort. Owen's fast lap a 16.4, Nick's a 16.7, Isaac a 16.2, Scott a 16.7, Jeff a 17.1 middle. Thank you, Freddie. Josh Tittle, if you can make your way over, that'd be great. 2 minutes remaining in this one, 2 minutes remaining on the master clock. It's Nick, Isaac, Owen, Jeff, Dan, Scott, Cooper, and Brad. Please remember, drivers, if a bright yellow
left.
buggy with yellow wheels comes at you without the orange, it's the all yellow buggy without the orange. He is currently your leader in this heat and looking to get into the A-main sort as it looks right now for him. 7 spots he's moved up. He's sitting 5th overall. If it would finish right now, he'd be 5th in the A-main. It's Nick, Isaac moving up 7 spots overall, 6th in the A-main. Owen moving 2 spots overall, sitting 9th, just outside of the A-main right now. In 9th, we take 8 to the A-main, 2 bump up, 8 to the A-main, and 2 bump up.
One minute left.
Minute left, drivers. Looks like Nick's out front, sitting pretty comfortably right now. Then Scott's in the 2, Jeff's in the 3, Owen's in the 4, Isaac's in the 5, Dan's in the 6, Coop's in the 7, and Brad's in the 8. Fast lap of the race goes to Isaac of the 16.2.
Me and Aaron both up next. I figured.
10 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go. Still Nick, Owen, Jeff, Isaac, Cooper, Scott, Dan, Brad. Still battle for 3, 4, 5, and then 6 and 7. So we see how that shakes out as the
Owen
you
Scribble
guys
done.
cross the line. Owen Scribble,
Cooper Taylor done.
Cooper,
Jeff
you're
Bodiger done.
Jeff, you're done.
Nick Cummings done.
Nick, you're done.
Isaac Niemann done.
Isaac, you're done.
Dan Myers
For
done.
Brad and Dan.
All drivers are finished. Brad Zekman done. The
Final
race is
order,
completed.
Nick, Owen, Cooper, Jeff, Dan, Isaac, Brad, and Scott. Heat 3, you should be
Up next,
heading to
race
the
number
stands.
3. Stock 2,
If you
wheel drive
just
buggy.
race, we need you to put
Heat 3
down
of
your
3.
cars and go out to your marshalling spots. We need Scott Lennig on 1, Owen on 2, Nick 3, Isaac 4, Cooper 5, Dan 6, and Brad 7. And Jeff, you get a bye this week.
Gavin Nipple.
Hold your cars,
Gavin
please.
Yoder.
Hold your cars while your marshals are making your way out. All right. What is this?
Xander
All
Niemann.
right, take a lap.
Senzo Reyes. Matt Williard. Jason Mowry.
Aaron, once you
Aaron.
cross the line, loop will be hot. Oh, little help. Little help. Watch the turn one clear. Alright, minute in, we got jumper Gavin Nipple. Never mind. Jumper Gavin Nipple, Matt Willard, Gavin Yoder, Xander, Aaron, Jason, and yeah. Gavin Nipple out front, but Matt Willard behind him. Gavin Yoder in third, Jumper in fourth, all battling for that number one spot. Jason, Xander, and Aaron battling for that 5, 6, 7 right now. Right now it's Jumper with the fast lap of a 15.272. Gavin working on a 20 lap 5.13. Matt Willard 19.506. Jumper 19.516. Gavin Yoder 18.5 flat. Xander Neiman 18.514. Jason 17.5 flat. Aaron working on a 17.515. And Chenzo working on a 16 lap 5.15. We are 225 in, 225, actually about 240. Can't count. Watch the middle, clear. Everybody's kind of settling in now. The only close battle right now is 4 and 5 between Jumper and Xander. Now Jason and Aaron getting into it.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left. So it's Gavin Nipple, Matt Willard, Gavin Yoder, Xander, Jumper, Jason, Aaron, and Chenzo with about a minute 30. That didn't sound good. I think Aaron got the double wrong. Stock two-wheel short course. Stock two-wheel short course. Weston,
1 minute
Gingerbelly,
left.
Walrus, Scott, Mason, Jim, and Lightning. You guys need to be on deck. Still Gavin Nipple, Matt Willard, Gavin Yoder, Xander, Jumper, Jason, Aaron, and Chenzo.
Xander Niemann done. AA Ron done.
Xander, you
Jumper
are done.
Gavin Nipple done.
Aaron is done. Jumper's done. Gavin's done.
Matt Williard done.
Matt is done.
Senzo Reyes done.
Chenzo, you're done.
Jason Mowry done.
Looking for Gavin Yoder yet. We got one live, guys. One live. He's done. Never mind.
The race is completed.
The final order was Gavin Nipple, Matt, Xander Jumper, Jason, Aaron, Chenzo, and Gavin Yoder. Weston, are you letting Crash and Burn run your truck? I don't know if that's such a good idea, but...
Up next, race number 4. Stock 2 WDSCT Heat 1 of 2. Weston Hoffman Man.
So we need Gavin on 1,
Whitlift.
Matt on 2, Xander on 8, Jumper 4, Jason
Ginger Billy.
7, Aaron
Walrus.
5, Chenzo 6,
Jim Yost.
and Gavin Yoder on 3.
Scott Lenig. Lighting McCrash.
If we could hold your cars till the marshals get out, please. What? You're on 4. Wow. Alright, take a lap. Easy there, Meltdown, easy. Loop is hot, loop is hot. Well, I don't know what your TQ is going to look like after this race there, Weston. We're a minute in. We got Scott Lunding out front, followed by Gingerbility, Mason, Walrus, Jim, Lightning, and Meltdown. Got a battle, close battle for 1, 2, and 3 between Scott, Mason, and Gingerbilly. Mason's about 2 seconds behind Scott. Gingerbilly's about 200ths of a second. And a battle between Lightning McCrash and Jim Yost for that 5-6 spot. So right now, Mason has a fast lap of a 17.361. He's looking at a 17.515 pace right now. Scott's running a 17.515. Gingerbilly's running a 17.517. Walrus is a 16.517. Lightning 15.504. Jim 15506 and Meltdown 15520. Mason kind of settling in now. Scott and Ginger battling for that 2-3 spot. Jim Lightning battling for
2
5
minutes
and 6.
left.
About 2 minutes to go. Mason now to 17.508. Current TQ is Weston by 17.503. About a minute and a half. Still Mason, Scott, Ginger, Walrus, Lightning, Jim, and Weston.
One minute left.
1 minute left. 1 minute left. Now there's a big battle between 4, 5, 6, and 7. Scott and Ginger still battling for that 2-3 spot. Lightning number 4, Jim 5, Waller 6, Alex 7. About 30. Alex, I think you are an endangered species. That's true. But we love you for it anyway. One on the skid lid. Mason, Ginger, Scott, Jim, Lightning, Walrus, and Alex. Final laps coming up.
Scott Lenig done. Weston Hoffman man done.
Alex, you're done. Scott, you're done.
Whippet done.
Jim.
Ginger Billy done.
Nope, not
Walrus
yet.
done.
Still waiting for Jim. Mason, Scott, Ginger, Lightning, Weston, and Walrus, you're all done. Still looking for Jim and Lightning. Jim and Lightning, you're still live. Got 2 live yet.
Jim Yost done.
Is Lightning still in the... Still got 1, guys. Still got 1. Here he comes.
All drivers are finished. Lighting McCrash done. The race is completed.
So the final order was Mason, Scott, Ginger, Jim, Lightning, Weston, and Walrus.
Up next, race number 5.
So
Stock 2 WDSCT Heat 2 of 2. Nehemiah Hood. Speedy. Francesco Virgolini. Brad Zeckman. Dakota Fuller.
I need
Matty Yoder.
Alex on 1, Mason 5, Scott 4, Ginger 2, Jim 6, Lightning 7, Alex 1, and Walrus 3. Marshall, I'm still looking for Alex. Alex on 3. Is he coming? Oh yeah. It's Walrus on 3. Walrus is supposed to be on 3. Wait, who's on 5 then? Oh, Mason's on 5. Okay. Mason's the slacker. That's alright. That's true. You will get a pass because you are... Alright, take a lap. Loop is hot. Loop is hot. Ouch. One 20 in, we got Francesco out front, followed by Maddie, Speedy, Dakota, Brad, Nehemiah, and George. Maddie's now taking that number 1 spot. Francesco falling back to number 2. Speedy now taking number 2. Francesco taking that number 1 spot back. Maddie falling back to 4. Dakota taking that number 3 spot. Brad sitting at number 5. George at 6. Nehemiah at 7. Ouch. Two and a half to go. Dakota, Brad, Francesco, Maddie, Speedy, Nehemiah, and George. Brad trying to take that number 1 spot. Francesco now taking it, pushing Brad back to number 3. Oh, close matchup between Dakota and Francesco. Brad and Maddie getting it up for that number 3-4 spot. Speedy number 5, George 6, Nehemiah 7.
2 minutes left.
Dakota trying to close into Francesco to get that number 1 spot, but Francesco able to hold him off. Since Francesco, Brad, Dakota, Maddie, Speedy, George, Nehemiah. Minute 30 with a minute 30. Little hop in the middle. Watch the middle.
One minute left.
1 minute to go. Stadium, if you are stadium truck, you should be at the end of the driver's stands or heading to it. So Chenzo, Scott, Derek, Brewster, Peter, Justin, Cooper, and Aaron, you guys are up next. What are you doing over there, Tim? Still Francesco, Brad, Maddie, Dakota, Speedy, Nehemiah, and George pulled with about 10 seconds to go. We will see how they finish. 2, 1. Keep going till you cross the line. I will call
Speedy
you
done.
when you are done. Everybody's still on
Brad
the clock,
Zekman done.
though. Except for Speedy and Brad. You guys are done.
Maddie Yoder done.
Maddie, you are
Dakota
now
Fuller done.
Dakota's done.
Francesco Vergolini done.
Francesco's done. And Nehemiah, where are you at?
All drivers are finished. Nehemiah Nahood done.
The final order is Francesco,
The race is completed.
Brad, Maddie, Dakota, Speedy, Nehemiah, and George. All right, 13.5 Stadium.
Up next,
You're up next.
race number 6.
We
13.5
need
Stadium truck.
Francesco 1,
Heat
Brad
1 of
4,
1.
Maddie 2, Dakota 3, Speedy 6, Nehemiah 7, and George on 5.
Rooster. Senzo Reyes. Justin Stacy. Pete Jackson. Derek Yost. Cooper Taylor. Scott Lenig.
Who's supposed to be on 1? Francesco. Or in 6. Need somebody on 1 for me, please. Volunteer somebody. Thank you, thank you. Rooster, you're not supposed to go in between. You're supposed to go over. Alright. Okay. Take a lap. Loop is hot. Loop is hot. Up in the middle there, watch the corner. All clear. Ooh, a little help in the back stretch. Oh. In 118, well, about 120 now. It's Chenzo out front, followed by Scott, Cooper, Derek, Justin, Pete, and Rooster. Scott and Chenzo battling for that number 1-2 spot. Derek and Justin battling for 4 and 5. Peter and Rooster battling for 6 and 7. They'll open the middle. Watch the middle somewhere. Watch the backstretch. Backstretch clear. We're at 2 minutes in. It is Scott right now. Scott Lennick, you have the fast lap of a 17.265. Chenzo getting pushed back to that number 2 spot as Scott Lennick setting the fast lap. He did have the fast lap of a 17.062. Derek now setting it with a 16.989. But it's still Scott out front, followed by Chenzo, Derek, Pete, Cooper, Justin, Cooper, Rooster. 4, 5, and 6 bouncing back and forth. Scott and Chenzo battling for that number 1-2 spot.
Two minutes left.
Little help in the middle there with a little help in the middle. Still Scott, Chenzo, Derek, Cooper, Pete, Justin, Rooster. Scott running a 18.518, Chenzo 17.501, Derek 16.511, Cooper 15.518, Pete 15.521, Justin 14.506, Rooster 13.522. Hey Aaron, Rooster had a red lap. What? Rooster, he had a red lap. It says 41.377. Got it.
1 minute left.
Scott, Chenza, Derek, Cooper, Pete, Justin, Rooster. Final laps coming up. Final laps coming up.
Derek Yost done.
Novice and then Novice 18.
Pete Jackson done.
Novice is up next, yes.
Cooper Taylor done. Scott
Derek,
Lennick
you're
done.
up. Pete, you're done.
Senzo
Cooper,
Reyes
you're
done.
Scott, you're done. Chenzo, you're done. Just waiting for Justin.
All drivers are finished.
That's
Justin
it.
Stacy done. The race is completed.
All right, novice racers, let's get up here. Let's get rolling. Drivers, please make your way off the stand and go back out to Marshall. You know the drill.
Up next, race number 7. Novice. Heat 1 of 1.
If I can get a couple marshals, please. Couple marshals, please. Chenzo to 1, Scott
Nolan
to
Messimer.
2, Derek
Gavin
to
Ocker.
3, Rooster to 4, Pete to 5, Justin to 6, Cooper to 7. No. Yeah. All right, racers, go ahead and
Maggie
roll 'em.
Perkins.
Still looking for my marshals. Gun racers, roll them. Roll them, racers, please. Loop is hot. All right, it's Gavin, Nolan, Ransom, and Maggie.
Two minutes left. One minute left.
All right, it's still Gavin, Nolan, Ransom, and Maggie. About 30 seconds left in this till our Novice 18 Plus is up.
Ransom Nahood done. Gavin Ocker done. Maggie Perkins done. All drivers are finished.
All drivers are done.
Nolan
All
Messemer
drivers are done. Please pull, racers.
The race
Make
is
your
completed.
way off the driver's stand and come out to Marshall. It's Gavin, Nolan, Ransom, and Maggie.
Up next, race number 8.
Come on up,
Novice
drivers,
18
after
plus.
they're off. I'm going to need
Heat
a
1 of
couple
1.
volunteer marshals if I could, please. If I can get a few volunteer marshals, I'd appreciate it. Come on up, drivers. Yeah, kick that back. Thank you. Just be careful coming up on. Couple volunteer marshals. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Owen. Thank you, Max. Appreciate you guys. Pick a bucket. Gavin, Nolan, Ransom, and Maggie, go ahead and pick a bucket. You know what to do. Yeah, if you'll take out one over there, buddy. Right there. All right, can I get, just take this, take 6 over there. Can I get number 2 covered, please? Is Ransom's out there, Gavin's out there, is Nolan out there? I just don't see him. Thanks, buddy. All right, racers, roll them. Roll it.
Kenzie Hostler. Dakota Fuller. Brian Alford. Kurt Yoder. Steve Walter. Greg Perkins. Josh Tittle.
No, you're good. No one really wrecks over there. All right, loop is hot. Dakota's on, Kenzie's on, Brian's on. It's Kenzie, Brian, Kurt, Greg, Steve, Dakota, and Josh. Four-wheel drive buggy, you are up next. Four-wheel drive buggy, you're up next. Jeremy Kipp, you want to run my four-wheel buggy? Jeremy Kipp, you out there? Kippy said he would.
2 minutes left.
It's not very good. So good luck. We need more steering. The ER, the brakes way down. Minute 30, it's Steve, Brian, Greg, Kenzie, Kurt, Dakota, Josh.
One minute left.
"43 seconds. On the Masters, Steve, Brian, Kenzie, Greg, Dakota, Kurt, and Josh. Mason. Whip it. Were you saying that Weston would? Ah, all right. I'll keep him in mind too.
Kenzie Hostler done. Brian Alford done. Dakota Fuller done. Greg Perkins done. Steve Walter done.
Just looking for Kurt, and everyone else is done. Once Kurt crosses the line, that's the race.
Kurt Yoder done. The race is completed. Up next,
This live
race
stream
number
brought to you by Richfield Life Ministries Church, with Sunday worship services at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. with a Sunday school hour starting at 9:15. And by Slate Media Solutions, offering services in live stream production, commercial video production, social media management, and commercial drone videography.
Aaron. Isaac Niemand.
Just looking for Derek and Jason to check in. Well, that's my fault. All right, go ahead and roll them, drivers. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead and roll them.
Jason Mowry.
I'll wait on you, Derek. You're good, bro. Go ahead, racers. You're getting some extra laps.
Derek Yost.
I don't care. All right, drivers, you're on the clock. All right, racers, it's Aaron, Isaac, Derek, and Jason. Jeremy's just making me feel good about myself that he's winning this race with my buggy. Just goes to show it's not the equipment. Isaac starting to reel him in. Jeremy have the fast
2
lap of
minutes
this
left.
one, a 15.5. Isaac a 15.9. Derek a 16.8. Jason a 16.2. Helping the middle driver, Marshall. There you go. Race number 10, you're up next.
One minute left.
Thirty seconds on the master.
Isaac Niemann done. Jason Mowry done.
Just looking for Jeremy
Ron
and
done.
Derek.
All drivers are finished.
All drivers are finished.
Derek Yost done. The race is completed. Up next, race number 10. Mod 2, wheel drive buggy. Heat 1 of 1. Gavin Yoder, Jeff Bottiger, Xander Niemond.
All right, if I can get a couple volunteer marshals, please. A couple volunteer marshals. About 2 or 3, if I could get 1 to 7. If I could get 1 volunteer marshal to 7, please. All right, racers, go ahead and roll them. Keep going, racers. You're going to
Nick
get
Cummings.
a couple extra laps, Matt's figuring something. All right. Matt, I'm going to let you get across the line so you get a lap, and then we're going live.
Matt Williard,
Live on you, Zan. It's Matt, Xander, Nick, Jeff, and Gavin. Matt laying down a 15.8 fast lap. Nick a 16.6. Xander a 15.9. Gavin a 16.1 and Jeff a 17.6. Matt's on a 19.510. Nick's on an 18.508. Xander on an 18.513. Gavin a 17.5 flat. And Jeff a 17.517. 1 minute on the master clock. Race number 11 is up next.
One minute left.
.40 seconds. Matt, Nick, now Gavin creeping up into that 3 spot. Gavin trying to take on the 2 spot now. Only 2/10 back from Nick. Matt Willard out just blistering right now, a 19.510. Looking great, Matt. I might just jump in on this one. Xander, when you cross the line, you'll be done. Nick, when you cross the line, you'll be done. Gavin, when you cross the line, you'll be done. Gavin, you're done.
Yoder done.
Nick, you're done.
Nick
Jeff,
Cummings
you're done.
done.
Matt,
Jeff
you're
Bodiger
live.
done.
Go, Matt. Go, Matt.
Xander
Go,
Niemann
Matt.
done.
Go. There's one live. One live. One live. He's on the back stretch over the long double. Coming to the right-hand side of the track. He's live. That buggy in the middle. Long tabletop. Over the small kicker.
All
Start
drivers are
finish
finished.
line. He is
Matt
finished.
Willard done. The race is completed. Up next, race number 11.
Can I please
Mod
get a
SCT
marshal
Heat
at
1 of
7, please? Jeff's at 5. Can I get one at 7? Is there someone that's willing to take 7 for me?
Scott Lenig.
Thank you, Matt. All right, racers, go ahead and roll it. Roll it.
Ginger Billy. Francesco Vergolini. Matty Yoder. Weston Hoffman Man. Whippet. Walrus.
Loop's hot. See what I'm saying? It needs more steering. Yeah. All right, we'll see how this pans out as it comes across the line.
Two minutes left.
It's Weston, Mason, Aaron, Scott, Walrus, Francesco, Ginger, Lightning, and Maddie.
One minute left. Whippets done. Walrus done. Matty Yoder done. Weston Hoffman man done. Ginger Billy done. All drivers are finished. Francesco Vergolini done. Lighting McCrash done. The race is completed.
All right, racers, go ahead and you can practice for a little bit while I set up heat sheet mains. Go ahead and practice some drivers. Let me turn the practice.
This live stream brought to you by Richfield Life Ministries Church, with Sunday worship services at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. with a Sunday school hour starting at 9:15. And by Slate Media Solutions, offering services in live stream production, commercial video production, social media management, and commercial drone videography.